Here's a fun story of the last 15 years of my life. I met a boy 15 years ago. I was 23 years old. He was 20 years old. After a year of dating, he proposed to me, which I said, no, thank you, but let's keep dating. It was too much too soon. So we continued having the most fun, being best friends, and we ended up moving states back to his home state with his family. I knew nobody around, which I was totally fine with. We bought a house and then we get engaged. After that, I happily say yes after we had been together for 5 years at that point and have a house and everything. After we get married, he wants to have babies. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess never thought about that. I truly hadn't. So we start trying to have babies. We end up having 3 kids within, 5 years. And we take over the family business. We work for years together to run the family business, and it takes over our lives and the kids and everything. I'm completely involved with his family. And then about a year ago, so right before our 10-year wedding anniversary, he starts checking out from the house, starts not doing his fair share. Meanwhile, like, he's been a perfect husband throughout everything, a perfect father, like my best friend, everything, my confidant, the person who had my back through everything. So you definitely take notice when, he starts checking out and not acting like himself around the house. Then it slowly trickles over to a short temper with the kids. And it's like, what is going on with you? And so then he kind of ruins Christmas just by being a Grinch and a grouch and doesn't participate in everything. So you tell him, like, I don't know what's going on with you, but I don't deserve this. And like, you need to, like, let's fix it. We just can't sit here and do nothing. So he decides he wants to go to Peru and do a 12-day ayahuasca trip to figure out his feelings and his life. But it doesn't take place till March. So you have to just like bite your tongue and do the best you can to support him because, for 14 years, he's been a super loving and awesome person to you. And so then he does his ayahuasca trip. And while he's still in Peru, he calls and says he doesn't want to come home. And so that's like not great because I'm left alone with 3 kids working a business that is just like taking over my life. I don't think I slept more than 8 hours in the 12 days he was gone. His father is sleeping on our couch, helping taking care of the kids while he's gone. So that's not fun. And this trip was supposed to fix everything, right? Fix everything. And it didn't. So he comes home and nothing changed, and you confront him about it, and he attacks you and says, like, you didn't even give him time to change, even though, it's like, well, you can still be having a hard time, but you need to participate in this family that we have built together. You continue to question and support and be honest and open. And he blames you for everything and says, you nag too much and our life has been a lie and I am mad all the time. And none of that has been the case. I have only been doing stuff with the kids and taking care of everything. He's been completely checked out. He will leave on a Saturday at 10 o'clock to go have brunch with a friend and not even text me and come home. He won't come home till 9 o'clock at night. No text, nothing. Don't know if he's going to be home for dinner. No idea what's going on. And I've been allowing it because he's been in a bad headspace. So I just want him to have some time away. And then it begins to get to be a little too much. So you start confronting him about things and everybody starts questioning this new friend in his life. And it's like, well, I don't know. I don't know who this new guy is. Never met him before. So then you just kind of support that relationship, but just still kind of start making boundaries and telling him he needs to go to therapy. I give him an option between couples therapy and solo therapy, and he refuses couples therapy, goes to solo therapy, but that was a big fight just to even get that. And just I start questioning things that I can kind of see is happening, and he denies. He starts kind of sneaking around with the kids and like telling the kids not to tell me stuff because it'll make mom angry. And I start catching him. Everything he says is a lie at this point. And I know something's going on, and it's just kind of out of my mind what it could possibly be, but it looks obvious, but it's just kind of a little out there for me. And I don't want to accuse him of things, and I'm trying to be calm and open and be a safe space for him because he's always been my best friend. And we end up ending the relationship in August, and then he's never been happier. And apologizes and takes a little bit of accountability for things and whatnot, but then tells you, like, I need to tell you a secret and you're going to hate me. So then we sit down to talk about this secret and he can't tell me. So I just have to continue faking it while he's living in the same house, sleeping on my couch for months, with knowing that he did something that I'm going to hate. And I've asked him point blank if this certain thing was it. And he, got mad at me. How dare I even accuse him of that? And that was not the case. And so then he comes to me after a night out last night. I come home and he's waiting for me on the couch and he continues to tell me that he's gay. And he has a 3-bedroom townhome with this guy, the one I've been asking about. He's taken the kids there. They got to tour it and pick out their beds and where they're going to sleep and everything. And he denied everything the whole time and made me feel like the bad guy for talking to people about what was going on the past year and what I've been going through and how confusing it was and how he was hanging out with this new friend. Even though I was questioning those things, I was constantly defending him. And so he's now taking or being truthful while also shaming me for talking about it. And I live in a state with no family, just his family, and they've been supportive, but it's not my family. And I have 3 kids, and we have this life, and he wanted a 4th kid, which I said no to. And like, what was all that? He said he's known the whole time. I don't know what's going on.